Adultery just doesn't hurt only your marriage. It can also hurt your entire divorce case. Even though Michigan is a no-fault divorce state, judges can and do consider adultery when dividing assets, awarding spousal support, and sometimes in their custody decisions. Let's break down how adultery affects a divorce case. I'm Jim Kraayeveld, founding attorney at Kraayeveld Family Law. And even though in Michigan you don't have to prove adultery or any other misconduct to get divorced, the courts are going to factor in fault, which includes cheating, and that's relevant when a judge has to divide property and award spousal support. So, Michigan law requires an equitable distribution of marital assets, not necessarily equal. So, if adultery is involved, and that the parties spent marital funds on trips, gifts, hotel stays, and whatnot, that can be considered marital waste. And so judges will often offset this by giving the innocent spouse a larger share of the assets. Sometimes there are hidden debts or secret credit cards, and cheating spouses will often try to hide the costs of an affair with undisclosed credit cards or separate bank accounts. But if the debts are clearly tied to the affair, the judge may assign them exclusively to the cheating spouse. That may create an unequal but equitable division of property in favor of the innocent spouse. Now, when it comes to alimony or spousal support, adultery can also tip the scales when a judge has to make that decision. A faithful spouse might be awarded more support, or a cheating spouse might receive less support because of how the affair impacted the marriage. Also, it can impact custody considerations. Now, adultery alone doesn't automatically affect custody, but if the affair harms the children's well-being, like exposing them to instability or neglect or unsafe situations, that absolutely can influence custody decisions. Now, settlement negotiations, when the parties have to go to mediation or try to settle their case, are often impacted, and they sometimes will break down. Because beyond the legal impact, adultery does create an emotional hurdle. The betrayed spouse may be bitter or vengeful, making them less willing to compromise. That same hostility can drag out negotiations, leading to more court hearings, more attorney's fees for both parties. Often, the left behind spouse or the one cheated on really wishes the judge cared more or that the system cared more about their hurt. Unfortunately, that's not how the system works. It's a factor, but people who are left being hurt by this usually do not benefit from the system in the way that they would expect or wish they could get. Another impact in a divorce case with adultery is character and credibility. Judges are going to notice honesty or dishonesty. If adultery is proven and there was lying about finances or hiding accounts, it may damage your credibility with the court system. And then credibility is going to affect nearly every aspect of your case, because the other side isn't going to believe you, and it will make your ability to settle more difficult. So, if you realize that your friendship is turning into an affair, stop it. Get marriage counseling to restore your marriage. Affairs just don't happen in solid marriages. If you've got a problem in your marriage, go fix it. But if your marriage isn't fixable, don't end the marriage in the complete wrong order. First get divorced, finalize the divorce, then start dating. It'll save you money. Number two, it's probably going to preserve a much better co-parenting relationship. Thirdly, it preserves your character for friends, family, and in the end, you'll feel better about doing things the appropriate way. If you ever need legal directions, advice on how to manage your divorce case in the case of an adultery, give us a call. Until next time.